Merry Christmas and welcome back to the Nate Freeman Show. So, California might just become a normal place again soon and not a dystopian crime-ridden hellscape. If you aren't familiar with California, lucky you, but there was a law in California that stated that if you steal items under $950, it's just a misdemeanor, meaning that these criminals did the most math they've ever done by seeing how close they could get to $950 in a Gucci store. California's rationale for this law was to save you, the taxpayer, money. I'm not joking, that is straight from the governor's office. Newsom said that he saved taxpayers $816 million through reduced incarceration costs. Now, I really hope that Newsom told the business owners to their face that while you might have lost your entire business, we did save you from paying $10 more in taxes this year. California is a very innovative state. They took something like crime, which is illegal, and they thought, how can we make it legal? The man to really spearhead this innovation was, of course, Governor Newsom. Let's look at his reaction to the original proposal of Prop 36, which would mean that California goes back to imprisoning shoplifters.
Governor Newsom argued against the measure.
It's about mass incarceration. It's about bringing it back to 1980s mindset. The impact's going to have on the black and brown community is next level.
Wow, what a racist bag. What do you mean the impact this will have in black and brown residents is next level? Are you saying what I think you're saying? Anyway, I don't know what's harder to understand, quantum physics or how this guy keeps winning in the state of California. It was literally every day that you would see a video like this. Here's a group of women hearing about a 100% off sale at the outlet mall. This woman here, seeing this all go down, probably felt sick to her stomach, and not because of the people stealing, but because she knew that she was going to have to vote for Trump. Here we see a group of kids prepare for their next vacation with all new Gucci suitcases. Look at the security guard. He just walks out of the store like, you know what, I don't get paid nearly enough to deal with this, and if I do anything, I'm the one who's going to get arrested. Finally, here we see a man just go trick-or-treating in a store with a giant trash can. Police are nowhere to be found, so the business owners end up taking things into their own hands. I definitely cannot show you what they did to this criminal, but yes, if the police just don't stop crime, eventually the citizens will have no choice but to take it upon themselves. So now you have a better idea of just how broken California was as a concept. CNN, however, doesn't think so. Surprise, surprise. In fact, CNN thinks the videos I showed you are not evidence of any increase in shoplifting. They say that despite claims of a surge, the actual increase in shoplifting incidents was modest, and even rates decreased. Rates even decreased. Wow. I can't really remember when Trump was in office, hordes of people running into a Louis Vuitton and forgetting to pay. I also can't really remember having to ring a button to get ice cream, but I just need to shut my mouth, read CNN, and vote Democrat. Then my issues will be solved. It gets better. A CNN report highlighted that while retailers like Target and Walgreens have cited shoplifting as a significant issue, the data suggests the problem might be overstated, with shrink percentages not significantly deviating from historical norms. They also indicated that retailers are managing shoplifting better, with various strategies like locking up high theft items. CNN. All right, let me just tell you something. The average person does not care about your quote-unquote data. They run an errand, they see that the high theft items, like a $10 toothbrush, are now locked, and then order stuff on Amazon instead. It's not like we go to Walgreens, ring the bell for peanuts, and see people steal the entire medicine aisle and then go, oh well, the data is down though, so it's fine. CNN further noted that despite retailers claiming a shoplifting crisis, reported shoplifting incidents outside of New York actually decreased since 2019, contradicting the narrative of widespread theft. So again, this is why nobody watches that network anymore. Despite retailers claiming a shoplifting crisis, yeah, like this woman who had her wig shop broken into 8 times. 8 times. CNN, are you going to tell this woman to just focus on the data? You are the laughingstock of news organizations. Now let's check in with their pal MSNBC, who just had to give pay cuts to their anchors because they've just been lying to their audience for 4 years straight.
Since President Biden took office nearly 3 years ago, we've been inundated with a seemingly never-ending series of moral panics in the media. And it should come as no surprise that this trend was particularly pronounced in right-wing media, like with the so-called shoplifting epidemic. Obviously, no one denies shoplifting exists. Of course, it happens. But perhaps the reality doesn't merit the breathless coverage it receives on Fox News. In fact, as the New York Times reported last month, quote, the various sources of crime data from government agencies and private groups tell a consistent story. Retail theft has not spiked nationwide in the past several years. If anything, it appears less common in most of the country than it was before the pandemic. Less common. You hear that?
It's less common. You hear that? The best part of that video is him literally showing a collage of shoplifting when he is saying that the rates are down. So if you watch Fox, you're just a right-wing hysterical person who is intolerant and can't just wait for a CVS employee to come and unlock the ice cream. MSNBC cited data that was, and no joke, conducted by NPR. Dude, that is like grading your own paper in college, okay? You might as well have the actual thieves conduct this study, and then you wonder why MSNBC is for sale. But I would like to be like NBC, not forever, but just for a day, so that when I see a video like this, I just think everything is fine with the way the current laws are. The Washington Post, though, they absolutely take the cake. A reporter wrote about how the shoplifting thing is overblown, especially because, quote, America is a sticky-fingered nation built on stolen land. Then why do you live here? What is your point? So is it okay to go into a small business, take their entire livelihood because this nation was stolen? How do you come up with logic like that and then still have a job? You know, it's honestly probably because the people who employ you are so nuts that when Bezos said that he was going to make the newspaper more conservative, towards the middle, most of the editors just left. The Washington Post is one of my absolute top arguments for reopening the asylums. Just to let you know, too, it's not just the media perpetuating and manufacturing this complete manure. It's also colleges. Like the director of research at John Jay's Department of Criminal Justice said, if punishment was the key to public safety, we'd be the safest country in the world. All right, then, man, let's just not punish crime then. Also, tell that to Singapore, who fines you $1,000 for just spitting on the ground. But yeah, we totally have the harshest punishments on crime of any nation in the world. Let's also tell Russia that. Most importantly, though, I need to debunk all this fabricated data that the radical left is using. Shoplifting incidents in California have risen dramatically, with reports showing a 39.9% increase in 2023 compared to 2019. This surge makes shoplifting rates 29.3% higher than pre-pandemic levels, and that is directly from the Department of Justice. The statistics that CNN is getting is directly from the toilet. More specifically, their data is from the NRF's latest survey of retailers. Well, yeah, if you've just been robbed, you're not exactly in a rush to answer some questions. A quick note to CNN, when a Target closes down due to shoplifting, it's probably because shoplifting is up. Okay, I don't really remember mass Targets just closing down because of shoplifting. The Macy's, by the way, in Union Square opened in 1945 and is closing because of employees citing daily theft. The way that you get up in the morning and get a glass of water, CNN gets up in the morning and just go straight to lying. That's just part of their routine. Walgreens, Old Navy, Nordstrom, and more have all been leaving SF because of shoplifting. And unlike AOC, I do not think that these people are stealing bread to feed their families, because Nordstrom does not sell bread, and Apple definitely does not sell bread.
And so they go out and they need to feed their child and they don't have money. So you maybe have to, they're put in a position where they feel like they either need to shoplift some bread or go hungry then.
So the $800 million in tax money that Governor Newsom saved you, let's just see what he spent it on, okay? All right, here I see $5 billion to give free healthcare to all illegal migrants. Nice. I mean, that is just good thinking. That's just smart, all right? And if I'm a business owner in California and I'm getting robbed 3 times a week, I'm definitely grateful that illegal migrants are getting their yearly physical for free. That is just huge, all right? And I also see here that California spent $24 billion on homelessness, but still rank as number 1. It's interesting. Maybe that's why 500,000 people left California in the last 4 years. Joke's on them, though, because I bet they still wish they lived in a state that invested $100 billion into a high-speed rail project that will be completed when my great-great-grandkids graduate from college. California truly is turning Republican, though, because Trump saw a 6% increase in the state. You saw enthusiasm for him throughout California. 10 counties that voted for Joe Biden voted for Trump. California Republicans flipped 3 legislative seats, primarily in Latino areas. Prop 36, which increases penalties for theft, including items under $950, saw support of over 70% of the voters. Things under $950 are no longer free. All right. After 2 convictions, you now get a felony status. I don't know why it's if you have 2 prior convictions, but you know what? Let's just take the win. Prop 36 does a lot of other things as well to allow police to do their jobs, like enhancing penalties for possessing fentanyl. So the people overwhelmingly voted for crime to be illegal again, which is just hilarious because why is this even a conversation that we need to have? I don't know, but the nation is healing, ladies and gentlemen. You can see here that shoplifters went into a store, grabbed some stuff, and got a free ride in a squad car shortly after. So our last episode is banned because of, well, I mean, I'll just let you fill in the blanks, but be sure to check out the re-uploaded version of the episode on your screen right now, and I'll see you there.